Have you ever tried out those drills where you're just passing the ball against the wall for time or reps, or those other quote-unquote position-specific drills where you just dribble around cones or poles to supposedly improve your dribbling skill? Well, if you are trying to improve your football skill and not just your technique, no matter which aspect we are talking about, drills that are repetitive in nature can get you to a certain level, but they will probably lead you to a dead end pretty quickly. I cannot even describe how many messages I get both from my players, but also on Instagram, where players go on to tell me how freaking hard they work on their technique, yet see no actual results. And the reason behind that is simple. You are not stressing skill enough. And no, I do not mean you should go out there and perform more reps, sets, or train for endless hours. What I do mean though is that you should probably also start focusing a big chunk of your training time and energy into skill development. And if you are not aware of the difference between technique and skill, let me describe it to you with a simple example. Some use an axe to open a can of beans, while some others use a can opener. These are two techniques to open a can. To open a can of beans though with an axe and not spill the beans takes skill. It doesn't take too much skill though to open a can of beans with a can opener without spilling the beans. Mastery of technique basically is skill. Technique alone is not. Now take that example and use it in the context of football. Both you and Tony Kroos are able to perform a 10-meter linear pass with appropriate technique using your instep and hit a mini goal. That is technique. I highly doubt though that you can perform a through ball behind a world-class defense and deliver a centimeter perfect assist that wins you a Champions League game. And that's not the only example of skill, of course, but you get the point. Despite technical trainers wanting to lure you by making you think that technique is skill, it is not. Skill is technique combined with cognitive, physical, and mental skills together. So given that, why do you think that dribbling around cones or just passing against the wall will make you a more skillful player? Yeah, I know something is better than nothing, I get that, but let's be real guys here for a moment. Why would you want to take the slower path to success when you can have access to a much more efficient route? So how do you develop elite level skill? Now, our training philosophy when working with players is pretty straightforward, and it can be broken down into 3 pillars, which we are going to analyze right now, starting off with number 1, keep using repetitive drills. I know this might be confusing given the title of the video, cheeky me, but my goal wasn't to actually stop you from performing those drills, rather than help you moderate their use and start investing your valuable time and energy into higher ROI tasks. But you know why I like these repetitive technical drills? Because they remind me of extensive plyometrics. And just like extensive plyos are the foundation of athleticism and spring, so are rep-based drills for your technical foundation and efficiency. And as with extensive plyos and movement drills, you just have to execute them with really good form. And if you really want to know why, then check out the video that is linked in the end of this video you're watching right now. Apart from building your foundation though, these drills will also help you build some nice rhythm and tissue tolerance, so when used in moderation, these can be key to skill mastery. Usually, we like to invest the first chunk of our sessions in these sorts of drills, either through some ball mastery work, repetitive passing drills, or even dribbling around cones. Bonus tip here is to keep the technical focus and the patterns you use specific to your positional demands. The second pillar of our technical skill development approach is cognition. Without engaging the brain, there's simply no skill. You just have to penetrate your brain cells and start solving game-specific problems in order to improve your skill. Apart from football skill though, you will also improve your reaction time, your alertness, and your visual skills. This is usually introduced into a technical skill session right after that first repetitive/robotic part, and the aim here is to get your CNS fired up. We use various drills and exercises to do this, and all of them are challenging your visual skills and processing ability to help you solve problems in the fastest and most efficient manner, which is the key to unlock football skill. And right after that phase, we move on to the final phase of the training session, which is raw skill. Here, it is all about solving game or position-specific problems fast and precisely under the pressure of time, space, opponents, or any other constraint we want to place on the player. And that, guys, is the exact reason I created this video today. Repetitive ball drills are not enough to become the player you aspire to become. You need to become smarter and start targeting skill. But what does a skill exercise look like, you might want to ask? If you break one down, you will quickly realize that a skill-specific exercise consists of a technical action or a combination of them, a cognitive stimulus like an opponent or a command, and a position-specific game pattern or problem that you need to solve in the most efficient and fast way. 1v1s, possession games, or other two-sided games using numerical differences between teams are prime examples of skill-specific exercises. But what if you're training alone? Then you definitely need to watch this video next and download one of our free training guides that is linked below. Until the next time guys, have a good one.